from the JC Newman Cigar Studio in Boston, Massachusetts, and the Gurkha Cigar Studio in beautiful British Columbia. Welcome to the Smokin Tabacco Show with your hosts, Matt Tobacco and Mitchell Santaga.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is once again time for another episode of the Smokin Tabacco Show. My name is Matt Tobacco from SmokinTabacco.com. I am here in the JC Newman Cigar Studios in Boston, Massachusetts. And as always, from beautiful British Columbia in the Gurkha Cigar Studios, it is my good friend Mitchell Santaga of SmokinTabacco.com. Mitchell, this is a big day.
Huge.
There's a lot going on here, and I don't know if
Epic.
everyone understands every little detail. Some of the details haven't really been stressed because of their lack of importance compared to some of the other things. First and foremost, this week, it's not today, but this week represents 3 years of the Smokin Tabacco Show, which now has you on the show, which, I mean...
Blessed to be here. Grateful to be here.
The people who started the show with me aren't even here. It's just you and me now. So, it's
the evolution.
I mean, they're not that they didn't go away. They just, they have good reasons. I mean, Nicole's pregnant, so she can't be on the show because of all the smoking and stuff. And every time she does come on, I don't want to smoke around her. And logistically, having two feeds going in the same house doesn't always really work. So there's that. John, he kept giving me shit, being like, hey, if you move it back to Wednesdays, I'll have better availability than I did. And he still didn't come back. So I don't know what's going on over there. But you're here. So there's that. First and foremost, that's a little footnote. But the big thing is, because it's our anniversary, as almost everybody knows, and Mitchell, I know you know this, our first anniversary, we decided back in 2021, we decided, hey, we're going to do something charity related. Now, when Smokin Tabacco first started in 2019, almost 4 years ago, I had said, like, hey, if I ever build up, an audience and, it actually becomes something, and I can get people together and I can rally a community, I want to do something charity related. I want to be able to give money back or do something, and I didn't quite know what, but I said, that's an idea. I want to do that someday. And Smokin Tabacco grew faster than any of us thought. And so, after a good first year, we're like, all right, I think we can maybe try something. So we went for a raffle that we put together for Cigar Family Charitable Foundation. And that went well. We raised $7,000. And we have, hold on one second.
Amazing first start.
All right, I have. There's some special guests that were not advertised because it's a surprise. So they're kind of rolling in here, but they're not on screen yet. So just I think they're getting set up. So that was good. We did $7,000 last year. We raised $25,500 through Rally Up, and then Carlito had called me and said that he wanted to match the final total. So last year's total came out to $51,000. And here we are for the third year, and we have officially raised $52,840 for this year's fundraiser. And now we're here to celebrate. We're gonna read off the winners of the raffle later. We have some people that are gonna come talk to us. First, we have our friend Dellas here with us.
Celebration time.
Who's gonna come and talk. There's a lot here. This has become one of the busiest shows of the year for us at Smokin Tabacco. So there's a lot going on here. So first and foremost, let's bring Dellas on because he was here and he's been waiting, and I know that he doesn't have as much time. So I'm going to bring him in real quick. And this is Dellas. Dellas, how are you?
Matt, Mitch, I'm doing great. Thank you. Apologize. I'm in my rental car. I'm traveling in Dallas, Texas on business. But this was important for me, and I wanted to be here.
Yeah, no, we appreciate you being here, and any time you can give us, we appreciate. I know that you've been involved with CFCF for a while, so having you be able to come on and talk about it too is great. You know about it, you've seen it firsthand, you understand how important it is. But I also, I'm on producer duty tonight, and it's just a lot more than usual, so I'm trying to get to other comments. But We have someone else joining us now. So I want to bring on my good friend. You guys may know this guy. I think you might know him as Carlos. Let's bring him on here. Oh, wow. Look at that. Look at this guy. Look at that stud.
Where am I? I don't see myself. But anyway, hello, everyone.
You're on there. They can see you.
Well, maybe I'm on my cell phone. I'm also traveling, and I'm calling quickly from my hotel room in between visits. And all I can see is my hat. So I know that something's underneath there. I don't know what, but it's just great to be there. I just want to, first of all, say how overwhelmed with gratitude I am. I mean, first of all, I have to thank you, Nicole, and the entire Smokin Tabacco team. I mean, incredible. I mean, you really believe this. You've personally gone down. You spent time with the children of the foundation.
Yep.
You felt it. I mean, you witnessed it, and you fell in love with it. And as everyone does when they visit. But I have to thank also all the contributors. I mean, so many people from the industry, so many of my colleagues, which maybe some listeners are thinking competitors. And you know what? No, they're my neighbors. We share the same neighborhood. We're part of it. They're my extended family. And so much generous contribution from so many of the cigar makers throughout the industry, from retailers, from tobacconists, and of course, all the contributions and everybody who participated to make a difference in changing the world, but changing these children's lives. And it's just amazing. And I'm sure Dellas will be testimony to some of the things. And it's just completely overwhelming. Not only the support, but the results. What could be done, how lives could be changed, how it's changed the community, how it continues to change, how that community is blossoming and flowering, going out, how that small little area, which was probably the most critical and violent area of this country island, has become a model for the rest of the country. How many foundations have been established that have been inspired by Cigar Family Charitable Foundation? So on behalf of my extended family co-founders, the Newman family and the Fuente family, and all the members of Cigar Family, I want to thank you very much for this great, great privilege, and to see how just the love just keeps on multiplying and pouring. And it really makes a huge difference. Every little bit makes a huge difference. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Carlito, for just allowing us to be involved and to be able to help. And like you touched, I think you touched on all of it, really. I mean, it is special, and we have seen it. So we, like you said, we've met those kids, and and you showed us, where they lived, and coming to school and what kind of school they have. And then I remember you showing us what it was like before you guys went down there and what they had, and they had nothing. And I remember it was you or someone, maybe Ciro, said, like, in the very beginning, like the kids were like bringing knives to school, and
that's true.
They had to defend themselves from rival. And it's like, now it's not like that. It's everyone goes to school, they get along, they're all happy, they're excited to be there. Like they appreciate being there, and the opportunities that they have, and it's so different now, and it's all because of Fuente and Newman families for creating that paradise for them. Wow. Really.
Well, we just planted the seed, but the one that nourished the seed was cigar lovers from all around the world. And we have to be fair and say that we just had a dream, and we had a vision. And as we spoke to people who was visiting Chateau de la Fuente, and they saw how the children were with hand-me-down clothes, many half nude, and how they're just asking for handouts and money and so forth. What we say begging, basically. And they would ask, "Why aren't you in school?" And they say, "Well, no, we're looking for work. We need money. If not, we don't eat." And to see that transition, it wouldn't have been possible without the support of people who enjoy cigars, who, yes, initially went to Chateau de la Fuente because of their love for a certain cigar, but then something else happened. That's magic, and that's what's really evolved to this journey of 22, 23 years. The foundation's 20 years now, but these visitors started coming earlier. And if it wasn't for the support of all the cigar lovers, around the world, this would have not been possible. It wouldn't continue to grow. And that's why events like this, this initiative that you and Nicole take, I mean, this is why it's so important, because yes, it's a big foundation. It's not small. And it supports at least 13 communities. We say 13 because that's the nucleus, but we support other schools and things in the country. Are the students go and they represent the Dominican Republic and the United Nations, and they send them to New York. They represent the Dominican Republic. It's just such a beautiful example that it illustrates to the world and other business leaders, if I could call them leaders, how they should be involved and how they can make a difference. And it's a lot easier to accomplish something when you see how something is being done and that it can be done. And it's really, truly, truly made such a big impact that there's just no question. I know that some people know me for cigars, but honestly, the product that I'm most proud of and that really brings out my emotions is Cigar Family Charitable Foundation. There's not one time that I don't go and think back of what it used to be, the community, that I don't choke up. I just choke up and thank God for giving me the opportunity to witness this, to understand and know that there's goodness in the world. And they didn't, even though how difficult things could be for some people, together we can make a difference. And Cigar Family Charitable Foundation and the supporter has made a huge difference in this world.
It has.
Yeah, for sure.
It has. And Carlito, just so you know, I don't know if you know Mitchell, but this is Mitchell, who's from Smokin Tabacco.
Yes, Mitchell.
You guys can meet. I know you weren't here before the show, so I want to make sure you knew who he was.
Yes, of course.
It's been amazing being part of this. It's last year I was part of the donation. Even though I'm all the way up in Canada and half the prices I probably wouldn't even be able to get over the border. I was like, I had to donate for the cause, and being able to be part of the team now to promote it and to get into people's faces. And it's just been amazing, to see the community from both ends, both on, like you said, other retailers, donations, and even just putting the word out there to the community itself of smokers and lovers of the leaf coming together and sharing the word and putting in the money, right? Putting in their hard-earned dollars to support the people in another country that, make what we love and enjoy every day possible. And it's just absolutely amazing. It's purely blessed to be part of this.
Very well said. Yeah, absolutely, Mitchell.
Yes.
Yeah, and one of the other things I wanted to touch on, Carlito, is outside of just the CFCF. I mean, and I know this isn't just you guys. I mean, there's a lot of cigar manufacturers, a lot of people you know and love, a lot of families. I mean, take your pick, the Padrones, the Garcias, the Perdomos, everybody. All these other families who also, make cigars in the Dominican, Nicaragua, all these other countries where there are areas where they're not just the kids, but entire families that have nothing. And I remember being down there when we were going to the factory and you telling us, like, hey, like, a long time ago, like, these rollers and people who work down here, like, they didn't have anything, and like now, like, they get their own cars, they drive to work, they come into the factory every day, they're so happy to be there, they have a place they can go to work, they love what they do, they're around great people, we work for people who care about them and take care of them. So it's like not even just like the kids, but like what you guys have done for the entire community with giving people jobs and giving them a place just to be happy. Is
food, clean water.
Yeah.
It's changed a lot. I joke around and I tell people, because I remember in 1980 when we went, and you've been to the free zone, when you enter the gates with the U.S. Customs, I mean, not the U.S., Dominican Customs and security and so forth, it's about 4 long blocks before you get to the factory. When we first went there were lines of people looking for work. And, it was sad, flip-flops and things like that. Today, moving forward, and thank God, today there's no one looking for work. You have to go out, go to universities and try to find, the right person. That's, to me, that is progress. It happened in my hometown where I was born, in Tampa, Florida, where there were 200 huge factories, and the 20s and 30s made 500 million cigars, and it turned down. There's one factory left. And it's really, and if it wasn't for the Newman family, there'd be no factories left other than small little brick and mortar retailers or so forth that making a few cigars for demonstration, 5, 6, 8 cigar makers. That's a lot. But
Yes.
it's the and today you don't have it. Why? Progress. Tampa, those cigar makers, their children became entrepreneurs. They become professionals. They didn't want to stay in the business. And of course, there's other reasons like the Cuban embargo, and there was a complete panic.
Sure.
But that's happening also in Santiago, and to me, I could relate to it because I lived it and I heard the stories of my grandfather and so forth. So to me, it's a natural progress. And I joke around what started to say earlier, knowing that there was a line of people coming to work in flip-flops. Now you look around and you see our cigar makers, men and women, they have newer model iPhones than I have. You see their sneakers and you see the newest Nikes and this and that. And you know what? They're very careful. Even though they're working with tobacco, they don't get them dirty. It's a different world today. It really is. And to me, that's progress. And going back to the foundation, I've said many times, and people look back at me, I think, shocked, that I said, Chateau de la Fuente, birthplace of a dream. The day will come, if the foundation continues the way it is and is successful. I may not see it in my lifetime, but the day will come, there will not be one leaf of tobacco picked on Chateau de la Fuente. This is probably one of the most difficult, hardest, demanding work there is for a human being. You're under these hot tents, like you like nurseries, vegetable nurseries, but it's hot and the sun and this intense sun and the humidity underneath because it's kept to keep the tobacco humid and so forth. And you have to work, you have to be bending down plant by plant, picking one leaf at a time and making sure you don't break the one next to it. It is very difficult. And as people become educated, as the foundation progresses, they might not be people that in the community or anyone in the area that would want to come and pick tobacco. But I already have a master plan. Chateau de la Fuente is in the heart of the Caribbean, in the heart of the Dominican Republic. It's right in the crossroads of the major cities, the 2 largest cities, and 4 other smaller cities in between. Yeah. So, I already have the master plan down that it will be converted into an amusement park for education. The foundation will remain, but I could just see roller coasters, a zoo, water parks and everything, and people come from all over. And it's a way that the foundation will be able to sustain itself and the property itself of Chateau La Fuente to be sustained. But that is my vision for the future. And if we're successful and the foundation is successful, that is what we need to accomplish.
Absolutely.
We'll work about getting the tobacco somewhere else. Let my kids worry about that. They'll figure it out. I figured it out. I was able to grow a tobacco, one of the most sought after brands in the world, when they said it was impossible. So let my children and the next generation figure out where to replace that farm. But I really believe that that's destiny. That is bound to happen.
Very well said. Very well said. And Dellas, I know that you've been involved with the foundation for a while now. Tell us a little bit about how long you've been involved and kind of your experience working with the foundation.
I first met Carlos at the Big Smoke in Vegas, as well as through Cigar Family. Our on-site, online first, cigar bulletin board. Carlito was instrumental and wanted to get us all together. So when I met Carlos, it was a friendship that, here we are today. So I began to volunteer my time, go with him to the Big Smokes and other small tobacco shops close by and just spread the word, help raise money for the foundation. Then I was invited. I took my wife Samantha with me down to the groundbreaking of the elementary school and the medical clinic. I believe that was September of 2004, Carlito?
That's correct. September 4th. September 4th, yes. 2004. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. So, and at that time, Matt, I knew it. I told Carlito, I told my wife, I said, look, this place is special. And I don't know when or, you know what, I will continue to give back, help raise awareness, and just pour into that community, because God blesses us to bless others. So I'm grateful for my blessings and my gifts, and I want to pass it on. I want to pay it forward.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing too. I mean, just being involved with what we did with the fundraiser, the amount of
Yeah.
people that came out to donate money, to donate prizes for us to raffle off. Like Carlito said, like, not necessarily competitors. They're like neighbors. You know what I mean? Like all these other brands. I mean, brand owners. It wasn't just like a sales rep who's like, "Hey, can I put something in?" Like Pete Johnson, Steve Saka, like these people personally came to me, talked to me. Hey, how can I help? What can we do? And put things in, and we appreciate that. And then everyone who showed up, to support this cause. I mean, that's the biggest thank you to. I mean, out of everyone, I mean, Nicole and myself and the Smokin Tabacco team, we put this together. We facilitated it, but it wouldn't have been anything if people didn't come and build it up to what it was. So those are the people who, really deserve the thank you. And I think I speak for everyone here when I say thank you to those people, because I mean,
Of course.
we put out a story today on the website after it had ended to announce the total, and I had said thank you to everyone who was involved, because you've changed a life today. You have. It's
Yes.
true. And that's
100%.
100%. That's what happened here. Lives were changed today. So that's just more than I'm still in shock over it. It's just I can't believe what we did. So it is amazing, and it's a special place. And anyone who was ever fortunate enough to get to go meet those kids, I'll tell you, it'll change your life. It changed mine. It did. It changed my life. It gives you a new perspective on life too, which I think is another important thing. Is when you meet those kids, you go down there and you see the community, you see the school, you see what they have. It will change your perspective, totally.
No, 100%. If I can share a story, I remember, when we were there for the groundbreaking ceremony, and, many of the children didn't have shoes. And part of coming to the school, you need a new uniform and a shoe. And Matt and Mitch, they had a parade coming up, all the students, from the young students to the old. And you would see them, and they would walk very cautiously with their sneakers. And we asked them afterwards, saying, why were you walking the way you were? They said, because we didn't want to break our shoes. This is the first pair of sneakers or shoes they've ever had. And when you hear those types of stories, man, that just resonates, right? To where we take things for granted, and we do. It's our nature. We live in the greatest country in the world. However, when you experience that firsthand, and it not only the words, but you see the expression of gratitude, of hope, right? It just resonates with you profoundly. And I want to echo your sentiments to those that have donated, because you truly are making a difference. So from the bottom of my heart, a sincere thank you.
Very well said. Thank you for sharing that
Absolutely.
with us. Yeah, absolutely. And to touch on, you talk about the kids not having shoes. Carlito, I remember we were down there. You showed me a picture. I can't remember if it was at the school or if it was somewhere else, maybe at the factory. You showed me a picture of where the kids used to get their water from.
Yes, correct.
And I remember you
Yes.
telling me, like, this is what they had for water. And
Yes.
there was parasites in the water. And we didn't really know that right away. And then it was, you had said, like, oh, we got to get them clean water. I mean, before anything, because they don't have any clean water to drink.
I was not aware either. I did not know the situation. I mean, I took things for granted also. And that photograph, that area where it's right next to Chateau La Fuente, we built a water station with filtered water and so forth. And that photograph that you saw, that even some of the children were nude and others had, like I said, hand-me-down clothes. You could tell the clothes are much larger and they're ripped up, and they ripped them off so they could go just to their knees and so forth. They all had these big bellies. I had no idea because I never was exposed to that. And anyone as ignorant as I was would say, wow, they're eating well, man. They're eating at least a lot of rice and beans. But they, doctors who saw the photographs of what the area was like says, no, those are parasites. And then we discovered that the water was contaminated. And there was a lot of metals in the water. And we've had situations with people, even with tumors and everything, caused from the metals at the time. And the Newman family relationship, going back to Stanford Newman and Eric and Bobby, longtime members and past presidents and present presidents of the Rotary Club of Tampa, brought the Rotary Club members over, and they affiliated with the Rotary Club of the local state area. And they've spent thousands, I don't know how many, I don't want it, but I know that there's not a home in the whole communities and the 5 towns around there without a filter if they don't have running water. Everything, and not only provide the filter, it's not just you have to educate them how to upkeep the filter, how to replace the filter, the importance of drinking filtered water. I mean, that was a process alone that took several years and everything till they understood. And of course, and that's some of the things that you don't see, because when you get there, you see a school, you see a medical center, you see an amphitheater, you see a baseball stadium, basketball, but you don't see all the work, the important things of health that you see done throughout the communities when the doctors come and they bring 12,000 pairs of glasses, and you have all these doctors come from Florida and everything. They donate their time and they spend so much time in the communities and the different schools outside of Cigar Family and the whole state. And then they went to from the area of Bonao, they went to Santiago, and and they're out, and this is what they do. This is what people of the United States do, and especially professionals. They volunteer to come down, and when they know that there is a foundation that is recognized, that is legitimate, that has an impeccable reputation, that 100% of everything raised goes directly to the foundation of children. There is no administrative expense. There is no advertising expense. There is no legal expense. There is no accounting expense. Every expense, 100% is covered by the Newman family and the Fuente family or our respective companies. And that is very, very unusual. A final 501c3 that works that way, 100%.
And it's United Nations recognized, right?
Yes, it was recognized by United Nations for being the model, the corporate and social model of social responsibility and giving back. And I was a member of the Global PAC. I was invited many times, went to New York City, even sent me to, I remember I went to Colombia to make a presentation to the business leaders of Colombia. I was President Uribe at that time. And it was a big thing. And I was an honored member. I was very proud of it until one day, when I went to send in my yearly, my yearly dues as a member and so forth, and good standing and everything, I received a letter from the president that we were no longer be recognized member of the Global Pact, the United Nations, because Cigar Family Charitable Foundation had the word cigar in it. And that's really that's a true story. That's a true story. I don't want to say what administration it was under, because I know you guys partied from New England and everything, but that was a true story. And that pissed me off, man. I said, how could that be possible? And I raised all kind of hell. But then I thought to myself, you know what? I'm not doing it for United Nations or doing it for recognition. I'm doing it because it's the right thing to do. And you know what? It's grown beyond that. And I'm sure many things United Nations, if somebody investigates them, they'd be ashamed to compare themselves to Cigar Family Charitable Foundation and the people who support the Cigar families. There's no political agenda. There's no religion. It's about all heart and love. And I tell you, I like to see them. I would like to see a comparison done of Cigar Family Charitable Foundation and the UN to see who comes out on top. Fuck them.
Oh, there you go. There you go. You heard it from him.
Absolute true humanitarian.
No, man.
Cause.
You know what? It's just, it breaks my heart. It was like you said. Look everybody contributes and the difference that is being made, and it's done from the heart. There's nothing. It's not for political advancement or this or that. And then all of a sudden, because the word Cigar Family the word cigar is part of the foundation. And I remember we had that conversation one time when we had a cigar family gathering retreat,
Yep.
and we were all in Puerto
Yep.
Plata. I remember JJ, some of the oldest member and everything. And
Yep.
we were discussing changing the name because, you know, there was Gates Foundation, things that would contribute, but they, you know, there was certain situation with the word cigar. And I tell you one thing, the members convinced me. It was the members, it wasn't me. I was trying
Yeah.
to see how they felt. They said, don't you change that name and be proud of who we are. We love cigars and we are good people. We're family people. We work hard and we give from our hearts. Do not change the name. And that's the best thing I ever did. Today's cigar family, the word cigar family started with Fuente. Okay. And today the word cigar family is used very loosely.
Yes.
No one ever mentioned cigar family before the Cigar Family Charitable Foundation or the Cigar Family Bulletin Board, which I'm proud to say, you know, now social media, everything, the first big, first successful community on the internet was Cigar Family. And it was not created by Al Gore.
No.
It's funny too. You mention all that, but I remember before I went down to the foundation with you, Coop had gone down. William Cooper from Cigar Coop had gone down.
Yeah, a year before, yes.
Yeah, and he told me, he goes, so when you go there, he goes, the only thing cigar that you're going to see is just Cigar Family on the building. He goes, there's no cigars there. There's no tobacco there. There's no imagery of cigars or Fuente or Newman. It's just about the kids. There's nothing else cigar related there. And it's
That's
true.
correct.
You go there. There's
Yeah.
no cigar stuff there. There's no tobacco there.
In the 26 acres, you will never see the name Fuente, Newman, Brugal, Banco Popular. We're talking about companies who's offered to give a lot of money, but they want their name on the stadium or this or that. You'll never see it because I made a commitment along with Eric, the Newman family, and my children, that no sponsorship name will ever be there, but it's Cigar Family. And Cigar Family encompasses everybody who's ever visited, everybody who's ever contributed. Cigar Family, the community identifies itself as Cigar Family now. And you hear the children proudly saying, we are Cigar Family. You know, we are Cigar Family. We are Cigar Family. And the community, no, we're Cigar Family. Cigar Family. Cigar Family. Forget the word cigar. It has nothing to do with cigars or tobacco. It has to do with the love. And it's been identified. I mean, it is their identity, and they're proud to wear Cigar Family in their hearts. And I was convinced, don't change the name. And it has nothing. You will never see the name Fuente or Newman anywhere, and you don't when you walk in. The only thing you see in the front is Cigar Family. Just to identify it. But it belongs to everybody. It belongs to the community, belongs to the children, it belongs to the teachers, it belongs to the country, it belongs to the world. It does not belong to Fuente, Newman, or any individual person. It's something that belongs to the whole.
Yeah.
Well said.
Very well said, and I think that's true, and it carries a lot of weight, and I think we've seen that. You know, that's what it is, and I think that's what it always will be. It represents something bigger than anyone in particular, any individual company, person, you know, what have you. It represents the entire sense of love and the care and the kindness, right, of people being together for this. And I think that's one of the most important parts about Cigar Family. It's just not just what it does, but also what it represents. And I think that
100%.
that speaks volumes. Yeah.
100%.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, speak about that, Carlos. Can I share some of the magical things that we're doing down there with the leadership development program?
Oh yeah.
it's up to Matthew and Mitchell. Don't
No.
ask me.
Absolutely.
You tell
Go
us.
for
You
it.
tell us anything you got, Dellas. You tell us. This is your time to shine.
Yeah.
You tell us. Tell us what you got.
Yeah, so at the PCA on 2019, I went up to Carlito and I said, look, I'm I have a huge passion for leadership development. I'm a United States Marine. I did a lot of scouting. I do corporate leadership development, and I've been implementing it with my children, my own children. And I said, Carlos, I want to bring this to the foundation. I said, it's time for us to build leaders, and we got to instill those core values with our students. And Matt, Mitch, this is the caliber of curriculum that I'm utilizing in Fortune 1 companies. All right. I'm in a $2 billion global company. So these are skills that we can equip our students with to be more effective, not only at the school, right? Because our goal there is to establish a leadership culture. Similar, it complements what Tony is doing in the martial arts, but now I want to bring formal training to them. And man, I got a powerful letter from one of the students that I want to share with you. So
Please.
I obtained my certification, and Carlos does not know this. I I got my certification August of 2016. After my certification, I came to Tampa to Ybor City to be with you and your family to celebrate the life of your father. You
Yeah.
never heard that yet, so think
No,
of that timing.
but I
Think of
know the
that
date.
timing. And so, Matt, Mitch, if I can entertain you. So this is one of the students. She's at the Polytechnical School. She is about to graduate. She's in the nursing program.
Oh, I saw this letter. Yes. Yes, please share that. Yeah.
So the young lady writes, and her name's Dania. John Maxwell Leadership Program has really changed my life in a very positive way. Before this program, I always lived questioning my existence, why I had come into the world. I had no idea what to do. I felt turned off, even though I always showed a different face. I hated the person I was before, since I was always underestimated, or at least that's what I thought of myself, not a high level of self esteem. And that's one of the areas we focus on. I really didn't feel enough to do great things. As soon as our teacher told me about the leadership program, invited me to be a part of it, I felt like, wow, among so many people, they are choosing me in this, since they do not take an account on other things, nor have I been invited to participate. I was a little scared at the time because I didn't know if I could handle it. Ever since I've been on this, been in the program, I feel like I've been reborn. Despite the mostly negative thoughts, I always knew I had something special. Maybe I hadn't realized it yet or discovered my potential. And throughout this leadership journey, I realized, and I'm still developing that special something that I have. The program has really changed my life. It changed the way I see things, the way I see myself every day. When I look in the mirror, I see a person with a lot of potential who, regardless of the magnitude or the challenges, I'm always willing to try. And I have never underestimated myself since then, because I realized that the only one who underestimated myself and set the limits, it was me. When I look in the mirror, I see a strong leader who can achieve everything that she sets out with effort. Although I still have a long way to go on the path of leadership, I see a leader who is always willing to grow and overcome obstacles. The laws have helped me the most during this journey, and she went in a little bit more, and she talks about those laws, the laws of change, the laws of explosive growth, the law of time, the law of process. And I'll close at this. I'm really very grateful to this program, as it has impacted and changed my life greatly. And that's the
It's
premise. I
beautiful.
mean, she encapsulated it all, right? And this program, right, we meet once a week, part of the media room that the donors that have donated in past, we've set up. We have a camera, we have a roadcaster, we're implementing Ecamm Live. I mean, Matt, we're doing this streaming, and I meet with 3 groups. We started in 2019 with a group of teachers. I presented my proposal to Carlito and Ciro and Sergio Morella, and they said, yeah, let's go with it. And those teachers are still with the program. We started with the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership. So now I have transitioned, and we implemented our first group of 8 students. And these students have to fulfill a certain criteria. They speak English. They're already demonstrated leadership qualities, right? This is a privilege and an honor for them to be chosen for this. So I established a contract with them. Here are expectations. You read 2 chapters, you do those 2 chapters in the workbook, then we review it collectively online. And part of that process is to hold them accountable, recognize their full potential. And during the time of us unpacking, they inspire each other. Carlito talked about it. Prior to us implementing Cigar Family down there, the 5 different communities, man, there was hate, there was animosity, there was gangs.
Yeah.
That
There was the Hatfields and the
no
McCoys. Yeah.
longer exist. So now I have our first group of 8 students have gone through the 21 laws. We're starting the 15 laws of growth. I have a elementary teacher now going through the 21 laws as well, because we want to implement a common culture through the elementary school, through the middle school, through the high school, and the polytechnical building. And there's a common language. And Matt and Mitch, people are inspired, right? They are inspired to be chosen to be part of this program. And there's even more to come, that the next time I'm with Carlito and Ciro, that I have a greater vision of how we take this to the next level.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
Dallas.
that sounds
Thank
very
you.
powerful.
Thank you. Absolutely. Very powerful.
Very powerful. Very, very, very special. Thank you for sharing all that with us too. For us and the
Absolutely.
listeners.
I'm grateful and honored for the opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say, I mean, anyone who gets the chance to be somewhat involved with this foundation, I mean, like Carlito said, I mean, it grabs you. It grabs you and it pulls you in. And once you're in, you're in. I mean, it's hard to, you know, it's hard to find, you know, somewhere else to be. It's you feel very centered with it, and you immediately feel that sense of, you know, responsibility of like, you know, I have to help. I have to continue to you know, put into this and help the collective and keep this place so special for what it is.
Yes.
And I, you know, between the two of you, I mean, talking about it, I mean, you really demonstrated that. And I know there's a lot more people who've been involved in this too. There's a lot of people.
Absolutely.
I hate to do this, guys, but I have a big group waiting for me. Te quiero, mi hermano. Un abrazo.
Gracias.
Thank you for your time.
Dellas, the students learn much quicker than you learning your Spanish. You've been at that Spanish now for about, how long have I known you?
20 años.
A long time, Dellas. And I tell you, you can have a conversation with anyone, but I can't help but cracking a laugh every time I hear you speaking Spanish. You need to be on one of those soap operas, you know, one of these romantic soap operas and everything. You would be a hit, brother. Take care, man. Thank you for all you do.
Okay.
Thank you, Dellas.
Yes, thank you,
absolutely,
Dellas.
Mitchell and Matthew. I apologize. You know that I'm in between meetings and so forth here in Arizona, and I have to, you know, I got commitments I have to make. But I wanted to come on and really say thank you to everyone, and I really appreciate this so much. And you know, what all of you've done, all 3 of you and the whole team. And when I say 3, of course, I don't want to, you know, miss Nicole, because I saw during her visit how passionate she was with everything and the love she had for the children. And I saw the sparkle in her eye, and I know she had been touched, you know, by that love bug. But again, thank you so much. God bless you all. And I look forward to, you know, to the next show, Smokin Tabacco, because I watch it all the time and I learn so much. It's really a privilege, my friend. I'm honored and blessed to have your friendship. Be well. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Carlito.
Carlito.
Likewise.
Thank you, Mitchell.
To all of that. I know you got to go, but I'll leave you with this. I learned a little bit of Spanish down there in the Dominican with you. Somos Fuente.
Somos Fuente. And I tell you, I'm sure
Right.
you learned a little bit about the dancing merengue at that Christmas party. Huh? That was something, wasn't it?
Yeah, I wasn't ready for that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was very intimidated.
That was unexpected. You were kidnapped. You were kidnapped.
I was like, oh man, I don't know. I can't keep up.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, y'all be well, man. Y'all take care.
All
Blessings.
right. We'll see you,
Bye bye
Carlito.
now. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, so I want to say thank you to both of them for coming on. But now we have a third guest with us tonight who just logged in, and we're going to bring her on the show as well. So, welcoming back to the Smokin Tabacco show for like the 5th time, it's our very good friend, a woman that we all know and love so much, such a beautiful lady. It's Cynthia Fuente, who's joining us now. Hey, Cynthia.
Hello. Hello, guys. How are you?
Good. How are
Yeah.
you?
Good.
Cynthia,
good,
this
good.
is Mitchell. He's from Smokin Tabacco as well.
Hello,
So
Mitchell.
a
Hello.
little bit of a new face, but he's part of the team now.
Oh,
But
wonderful.
you just missed Dellas and your brother.
Yes, I seen that they
just-
were on. Good.
Just signed off, but now you're here, which
Uh-huh.
is great because now you
Good.
get the spotlight all yourself.
Okay. I have there's like a local carnival that we do every year at our church, and it's for the school and the church. So we're doing like an event tomorrow. And so I had my nephews and my niece helping me bag these bags. Look.
Oh wow!
Oh,
So
nice.
the group is called Holy Smokes, and they
Holy
meet
smoke!
quarterly, and it's all the parishioners that love cigars.
Hmm.
And so tomorrow they're going to be thrilled to death because I have a classic Hemingway, an Oscuro, and a Don Carlos Robusto.
Oh, great
Yeah,
lineup.
so I had the 3 kids over here packing, so everything's ready for the morning.
One of my
So
favorite
how's
cigars,
everything
Don Carlos
going?
Robusto.
I know, mine too. Mine
It's
too.
going to be my second smoke for tonight.
Is
Mm-hmm.
it the Robusto or is it the personal reserve Robusto?
Well, this one here's the Robusto.
Yeah,
But the personal reserve is also wonderful. They all are.
it's a good one.
Yes.
But
yes.
no, we I don't know how much you saw, but we've really talked a lot about the beginnings of the foundation, and Dellas talked a lot about his experience, and he read one of the letters from one of the students,
Yes.
and just so much. But I know you've done this with us several times now, so thank you for being back with us. I really appreciate it.
I've missed being part of it all.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
definitely have. I remember your first anniversary, second anniversary, and you had the marathons.
Oh man,
Oh wow! Wait, I have my T-shirt in the car. The T-shirt that you gave me that
you
says,
still have it? Nice.
Yes, of course. I have it in the car. I was gonna put it up. Yes, that I smoke cigars and I also help people.
Yes, Nicole designed all those. She made all those. Yeah.
That was phenomenal. Hi JJ, that's good. So you had a lot of people on the first hour.
Yeah. We have a lot of people watching with us now. A lot of people who are tuned in now, and like I said, Dellas and Carlito were on with us, and just really excited. It's a long road. It's what is it, like 6 weeks or so that we run the fundraiser. So it's a long road. It feels like it's like 3 or 4 months, but it's really not. But it's amazing how much can be done in that 6 weeks, and how much can be accomplished, and how many lives can be changed. And I think that's the biggest thing here.
I agree. Talking about children of our foundation, and then you can see children, the next generation. Here's Arturo and here's Alvaro.
Oh, hello.
Amazing.
Uh-huh. This is my younger brother Ricky's grandsons. And so they're beautiful. This is the next generation of the Fuente family.
There it is.
Of course.
So beautiful.
And they go to the Dominican like twice a year because my niece Rosana, her husband is also from the Dominican. So in June, they spend like a whole month there, and they go to the factory and they go to the foundation. So
That's really
they love
cool.
it as well.
That's really
I
cool.
know that you and Nicole finally got an opportunity to see everything in person.
We did, and it was life changing. It, like I said before you came on. I mean, we did the first 2 years, because just we saw it, we believed in it, and all of that without even seeing it. Then in November we went down and we got to see it, and it was overwhelming in a good way, but it was overwhelming. It was a lot of emotion, and like I said before, it gives you a new perspective in life, and it really changes the way that you see things. And we took a lot out of that, and it was special. And I knew, like, yeah, we have to keep going. There's no way we can stop. I mean, look at this place; it's amazing, and every little bit counts. So every little bit that we can do to help, and it just makes it that much better. And So we came back from that trip. I started preparing for this fundraiser again, and here we are. And for those who are just tuning in, who maybe don't know, the total that we raised this year was $52,840 for Cigar Family Charitable Foundation. So that's quite an accomplishment, and just thank you to everyone who helped make that happen.
It's like you say 52,000. That's a lot of money. And in today's world, it doesn't seem as much, but even $5 helps those children. $5. And like fast forward, Matthew, can you imagine when you and Nicole have your first child and the baby gets old enough and is able to go and witness those beautiful things that are being done there?
Yeah.
And that you can teach that baby morals and values at such an early age because she is going to be able to witness it.
Yes.
And
That's
it
very
makes
true.
a huge difference because in today's world, it seems like it's getting more of a challenge to maintain these morals and these values and these children because they live in another world. It's another generation.
Yeah. No, that's very true.
Could you hear me okay?
Oh, yeah,
Can
you
hear me
sound
good?
great.
Okay, my other ear pods weren't working good because I haven't been on a podcast in a while. So then Alvaro was helping me, and then he put these on. I'm like, okay, thank God for these kids. I'm telling you.
I
Oh
know,
my
right?
gosh.
I know. You get your own tech crew over there, which is great.
I'm surprised that Tony Catengale didn't come on.
I know. I don't see Tony here unless he's watching in the shadows, so to speak, where he hasn't commented. But yeah, I don't see him here.
Okay.
And I don't see Kim either. Where's Kim at? She's usually always here.
She last night at the cathedral, at the Grand Cathedral, that you've been there, and,
Oh, yeah.
and Jonathan and Nicole, and all of us. But we actually first met in person there. But last night, Amira Levine from Ashton was in town. Here's one of her cigars that they were so generously they gave out.
Great cigar.
So she had an event there at the cathedral.
Oh, okay.
And Kim was there. Yeah, but she's been a little bit under the weather. The two roadies have been having throat issues for a few months. So we're trying to get back little by little.
Josh said Kim is out making it happen. That's true.
Yes. But every year this fundraiser is growing and growing and growing. That is like so admirable for you and for Nicole and for all your staff that you all are accomplishing this, and it's helping so much our foundation.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said earlier. I don't know if you heard me say it, but I'm still in shock. I spent the last minute because it has a countdown to when it ended, and I was at my desk today, and I was working on tonight's show and everything that needed to go on for all of this, and I had it up on one of my screens, and I saw it go down to the last minute, and I just remember I just sat there and I just watched it count all the way down, and just being like, holy shit, like wow, it's just breathtaking. I mean,
it is.
I still don't have enough words to say.
Well, that like you say, 2 months, but y'all really from David Wayne from last year when the fundraiser ended, you and Nicole have already started thinking for this year.
Oh yeah.
So it's basically in the back of your mind the whole year. So it's more than 2 months. It's a lot of hard work. Nobody knows until you're involved and you do it, but it's worth every bit of it.
It is, Cynthia. That's very well said, and it is a lot. It's a lot to put it together. It's a lot of time, especially before it even begins. I mean, just all the logistics that go into it. I mean, it is a lot, and then once it kind of gets going, it's not as bad, but because it's kind of taking off and going, but it's still you got to keep on top of it and monitor it and promote it. But it's a lot, but it is worth it because
worth it. God,
what comes out of it is life changing, literally. It's literally life changing,
and and I know that Carlos touched on this and so forth, but like not only all the consumers that have donated and the not even our competition, needless to say, but our friends in the industry, how everyone has donated and every aspect to make this more of a success, And we appreciate that. Lito Gomez and Rocky and everyone that gives their time and their efforts. And with William Cooper, you know, you
Yep.
two together have done a lot because I know that he puts a lot of heart and soul.
There he
Hello,
is.
William.
William.
Oh,
Look, there he
gosh.
is.
There he is. You say his
Oops,
name, and
here.
there he is.
I know. I miss everybody a lot. I still always listen to the shows and all, but as far as being part of it, Tony Cattengale and I were doing like twice a week. So we're gonna have to start getting back on it.
I know. We miss seeing you. You gotta.
Me
But
too.
you know, but take your time. Don't rush it. You know. You
The
gotta
cigar
do-
world is such a wonderful place, and the experience of being in the cigar world. Like, I actually smoked like 3 cigars since Halloween because I've had like this whole throat issue going on. But Karen Smith, she says, "Oh my God, Cynthia, we should do a campaign because cigars are absolutely not addicting." You're a classic example
It's true.
because I mean, I miss it, but I mean, now I'll be able to more and more, but I had to take a break. But it's like, it's also not only the actual cigar, like Carlito always says about the people too, but the whole experience. You're sitting down, you're enjoying, you're puffing. At the same time, you're sharing with someone. And then you're also helping people, like with this foundation, with this fundraiser. So, like, it's a combination of so many different things that come into play because of the cigar. So, it's not only smoking the cigar, it's all of it. And I have missed the whole cigar world in general. Still working and everything, but like the whole thing. Just
The-
like
the
last
full
night.
experience.
Yes, the full experience. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so many people in this industry that we've been able to meet, just like you and Nicole and William and Reinhardt, and just so many people that I feel very grateful for that.
Yeah.
It's connecting everyone all over the world, you know.
Like me and Mitchell. Mitchell lives. I've never actually met Mitchell in person.
No?
No, he lives in Canada. He lives up in Canada. So he but we still found each other, you know, and here we are.
How?
Just through the community.
Through the community,
Just through the
enjoying
community.
cigars, and yeah, being part of it.
Wow. So now y'all are working together.
Yep.
Yep.
And then
Yeah,
we
that
have
is
another one where we have
fantastic.
our friend Kevin, Kevin Nickhuff, is also part of SmokinTabacco.com, and so the team is growing. So there's a whole team of us now.
That's one. And Jonathan and his daughter are wonderful.
Oh yeah, they're great. I
Yeah.
mean he's been
his wife.
busy with his wife and his daughter, so he hasn't been on as much, and you know, keeping up with everything that, you know, Lito Gomez has for him to do as well.
Yes,
but
yes.
he stays busy over there. But yeah, no, I mean he still comes on whenever he can, and he's been a huge help too. I mean he's also another person who, you know, he helped put things together, help promote it, you know, on behalf of the Gomez family. You know, they put in a lot of things to be raffled off too. So I mean, just a shout out to them as well, and everyone over at La Flor Dominicana, you know, for helping as well.
The
you know,
Newmans is countless.
the Newmans
And-
have been great.
And
Yeah.
the Fuente family appreciates it. Like Carlito, we were messaging, and he says, "My God, not only all the consumers, but so many of the manufacturers, it means a lot to them too." And they all have been so generous. So we're very, very, very grateful.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's helping one child at a time.
Yeah, it's true, and we've definitely helped some children today. That's a fact. We've helped some children.
So when you went to the foundation, what was one of the things that, hello, Eric Padron? Oh my God, I haven't been on the cigar Zoom bar since October. Okay.
Yeah.
Jay, yes. I mean, I see them coming on.
They're all
Yes.
here.
Last time, yeah.
They're all here.
Last time I was on was in October, and I missed them. Believe me, we closed down a lot of Fridays and Saturdays on the cigar Zoom bar. Oh Lord.
You do that
I
everywhere
know.
you go. The Big
Well, I
Smoke,
used
Grand
to.
Cathedral.
I don't know if I like this new Cynthia. I used to, yes. A lot of wonderful people. But when you were, Matthew, when you were at the foundation and you, like, let's just say, was at Grito Carlito. So you're up there on the mountains. What was your first feeling when you looked down and you seen Snow White and all those beautiful rocks with all those colors and the formations? Wasn't that like such a liberating feeling?
It was one of those. It was one of those experiences where you're like, I've seen this so many times in magazines and online,
Uh-huh.
and like you see it over and over and over again, and then when you're standing there and you're actually looking at it in person, and you're just like, wow, this place is real.
Mm-hmm.
This place is real. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's what for me. I
Right?
was like, I was like, I can't believe this place actually exists. This wasn't like, you know, fancy photography or like a movie set. Well, it is a movie set too, technically.
Mm-hmm.
But
Oh yeah, technically.
technically, I mean, it was a
Oh
movie.
yeah,
It was
yeah,
a
yeah.
good movie
Of
too.
course, yeah. Yes.
Which actually I have with me on next on deck. I have a Lost City with me, so I'm gonna smoke
Oh,
that.
you do. I know you like those.
Yes, I
Mm.
do. But yeah, it was like, wow, this place really
Carlito.
exists, and it was just taking it in. You're like, wow, this is such a magical place. Um, and
Yes.
emotionally too. Emotionally, like it takes over you, and you're just like, you feel a lot of things going on, and you don't really know how to
What,
explain it,
what that? Okay.
and it's
I
overwhelming.
agree. Emotionally, in every way, it takes over. It really does. Okay, I don't know what happened, but I lost you. Oh God.
You're still here. We got you.
Oh,
Oh
we can
really?
hear you and see
Yeah.
you
Oh.
still.
Oh.
Yep.
Well,
You're good.
okay.
You're
I
good.
just seen this thing come up. I'm like, Alvarito, come over here. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. But it
Been
does emotionally. I remember when Danilo, the gentleman who worked with my father for many years and ran all the farm, and at that time we just had like the little gazebo in that older home, and we used to sit down under the gazebo and just talk about our dreams of what we had, how we wanted the farm to grow, and dreams about the school. And now to see it today, it's even the factory, everything is completely different since 1980. It's been a long journey.
You know, it's funny. The other thing too about seeing all of it, but I guess it really didn't sink in until we got to Chateau de la Fuente. Was I think it was William Cooper who said to me, because he had gone before me, and he said,
I remember.
first of all, he said, keep this in mind as you go to other cigar factories around the world. There is no other factory like this. He's like, so, and really enjoy this because there's no one else who does anything like this. And he was like, this is like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. And I was like, okay. And I didn't really like understand like the magnitude of what he was saying until I got there, and I saw like the Snow White and the Yellow Brick Road that's down there, and you're like, no, he's not kidding. This is like, I'm waiting for what's his name, Gene Wilder to pop out and just start saying, "Come with me and you'll see." And I was
See?
like,
It's true. It is.
Yeah.
It is. Well, people say it's like the Disney World of cigars. But like when my father went to the Dominican and started all over in 1980, in his wildest dreams, he could have never even fathomed how it would be today. Or even my grandfather Arturo, when they used to roll cigars, in the front of the house. They never would have dreamed what it would be today.
it is. It's amazing of what's been able to be accomplished.
I know. I feel
and
so blessed.
and hearing all the things that Carlito talks about that he wants to see in the future, and hopefully seeing that unfold is amazing too, and hopefully it all does, and it continues to grow and get even bigger. So it's a special place. It's had a long history, and I think that it's funny. He had said to me one time, he goes, the Fuente story, what did he say? I think he said to me one time, he goes, some people might tell you that the last chapter of the Fuente story has been told. And he's like, but the book's not over yet. There's a lot more chapters to come. And I was like, okay, all right.
We both need to live another 40 years.
Yeah,
my
that's
brother
true.
Carlos is having a birthday on Saturday.
I know.
Happy early birthday, Carlito. I don't know if y'all
Happy
said
birthday.
that.
Happy early birthday to
yeah,
the big man. Cynthia,
I
he's not here now. So how old is he
Okay.
going to be? He's gonna be
69.
69.
Uh-huh.
Damn.
Wow.
69. God,
Looking great. He's looking great.
I know.
I know it. When my father was 69, or my parents or my grandparents, we thought they were just so ancient. But Carlito's like, okay, when I turn 70, Okay, you need to do a party in Tampa. Call everybody I grew up with. Just bring everybody. So
Well,
I think we'll probably do that when he turns 70. I
he's
can't
still
believe. Well, Eric Newman turned 75.
he's
Matthew
75.
just turned 75 last week. Happy birthday, Eric Newman, too.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
I
God.
didn't know. Wow. I didn't realize he was that old.
Let me tell you.
Looks good though.
Yes,
He looks
it
good.
is. It is old, but it's not really that old after all. But it is definitely older. But when you're closer to it, you don't see it in the same light.
Hmm.
But Eric Newman and Bobby Newman are such wonderful people.
Yeah, they are.
And the way, okay, so like last night we were at the event, and this all kind of comes together. And then we're talking about this fundraiser and all, just all many parallels. But Mira Levine was in town. She's from the Levine family.
Yep.
And then Eric just turned, they were going to go, but they had something at their factory for the military. Eric just turned 75. Carlito's going to be 69. And, you know, the Levine family, the Fuente family, the Newman family, we've been so fortunate to have such a beautiful relationship all these decades, to work together and to see like our children grown together, grown up, how close they are, how they love one another. And that next generation has the passion and the love like we have, like our grandparents have, like our parents had. So to see it, like this week, I seen, you know, my nieces and my daughters and Mira Levine, they were so happy to be together. And we're very, very fortunate in so many ways. And like Eric and Bobby, well, Eric and Bobby, Carlito and I, our ideas about starting the school and what it's become and how we've worked together, it's remarkable to see everything that's happened these last 40 years.
It
And
really
y'all are
is.
so young. Y'all are just starting, and we appreciate you.
I
all
know.
very
I know.
much.
Our time will come too. Our time will come too. You
We-
know, we'll.
No, but
we'll
we need you all, and we need
we
your
appreciate you
energy.
guys. You know, it's and I think it's so important that, you know, younger people can come in and pay homage and pay respects to everything that, you know, people have built before us, and make sure we, although, you know, we're gonna live different lives,
Mhm.
it's important to know how the things were built and what they were built on and the foundation it was built on, right? And understanding those, like you were talking about, morals and values, and being together as a family.
And I think that's beautiful. And if you all being like my brother Carlos said on one of the Meet the Professors, that it's our job now, and with pride and gratitude we do, that we need to teach you all, your generation, whatever we can, even if it's just one advice or just sharing one experience. And then whoever of you all will listen, when you get to be where we are, you're going to have so much advantage. So much advantage. Because you take your experiences and where you are, how you feel, what you're learning, and then you take it into the next decades.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Pass it on.
Pass it on.
It's all about learning and then sharing it with others around you, and especially the next generation, so they can continue to carry the torch.
Exactly.
Which is so important. I do want to let everybody know we are getting to the prizes. I know a lot of people are wondering if they won something. So I do.
You haven't done that yet? Oh my word! Okay.
I have not done it yet. So we can start that now, Cynthia. If you want to stay with us, I don't know how much time you
that'll
have.
be fine. I'll stay for a little while. No, yes, it's wonderful to be on. Send my love to Nicole.
I will. She's watching.
Okay, I've been praying for her and for the baby, and for the nurses and the doctors and everybody that'll be with you all, you know, when the baby comes. It's going to be a wonderful journey. My grandson is 9 months old, little Zachary Carlos, and it's wonderful. It's a blessing, another blessing. So all these young kids, believe me, they're going to carry the torch to continue this school and to keep everything going.
Yeah.
So yes, I'd love to hear the gifts. Yes, the prizes. Who won it? That's always so much fun.
So it looks like Bill somehow already got a notification, although the notifications weren't supposed to go until after the show. But so Bill Stewart has a box of rare pinks. So congratulations to him. Those are some great cigars, as most people, Cynthia, you know that. So congratulations to him. But I'm going to go down the list here. Mitchell, I think you have the list as well. I just forwarded it to you. So
David Wayne says he wants to move to Tampa and work for the Fuentes. We would have too much fun, David.
Yeah, you'd have too much
And
fun.
Eric Padron. Oh. Eric Padron loves the rare pinks. Oh, he celebrated with his wife on an anniversary, I think it was. Oh, my word. Love it.
And Steve Saka is here with us as well, who also donated
Steve,
something.
I know. Hello, Steve.
So first is the Goat Cigar Club swag pack. That is going to go to Kyle Willis with ticket number W27822. So congratulations to him.
Congratulations.
There we go.
Every prize is going to be special.
Oh, they're all super special. And this is probably one of the best lineups I think we've ever had, too. Don Lino, a box of Don Lino Africa, an ashtray donated by Miami Cigar. That's going to go to Jason Otto, ticket number W23556. So congratulations to Jason. Cigar Blondie Cutter and Lighter, donated to us by our friends at Cigar Blondie, is going to Richard Tirado.
Oh, I love her. Thank you. That's so nice.
We have our Cigar Blondie Cutter and Lighter on the show at all times.
I always follow her on Instagram.
She's great. Yeah.
And Sisters of the Leaf. Yes.
Yep. Oh yeah, she's been really active
Sisters.
with them.
Yes. Greece.
Sisters of the Leaf Global Movement, I think is what it's called.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God, those ladies are phenomenal.
They're busy too.
Mm-hmm.
So that is for Richard Tirado, ticket number W1811. We have a Boveda bundle from our friends at Boveda. That's going to go to Gary Chung, ticket number W12868. Gary Chung, congratulations to Gary. This thing keeps moving on me. I don't know why. Every time I touch the mouse pad, it always moves. La Aroma de Cuba Pasión swag pack, donated to us by our friends at Ashton Cigars. That's going to go to Adam Hyde, ticket number W15464. That's Adam Hyde. Congratulations. We have a Hiram and Solomon Revival box of cigars, donated to us by Hiram and Solomon. And that is for Patrick Rolfe. Ticket number W58715. So congratulations to Patrick. We have the Smokin Cat approved copper cigar rest. That is for Philip Rampant. Ticket W10810. Congratulations to Philip. Zycar accessories bundle donated to us by Joe Grow at Quality Importers. So shout out to them. That's
very nice.
That's going to go to, I don't think this is the same one that we all know pretty well, but Bobby Newman.
Bob, what?
Bobby, yeah, no, you heard me right. Bobby Newman. I don't think it's the same Bobby Newman, though.
Oh.
Probably a different Bobby Newman.
I think it's a different Bobby Newman.
Can there actually be another Bobby Newman in this world? I don't think anybody can be like our Bobby Newman. He's an angel on earth. Okay, another Bobby Newman.
Bobby Newman. So congratulations to him. Red Meat Lovers business sponsorship from Evan Darnell at Red Meat Lovers Club.
That is so nice.
Is an anonymous winner. So we will keep him anonymous. And
they help a lot of people. They do
do
a lot of events and donate all their food and everything. They're wonderful.
Yeah,
really cool events.
Yeah, I haven't been to one, but I'd love to go to one sometime because I hear great things.
This girl that used to work at Davidoff, now it's Corona Cigars, Najwa, may she rest in peace. And they did a tremendous fundraiser. The community did, and they donated everything, all the food, everything. They were phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, like
a lot of people, Matthew. My gosh.
I know. Steve's still with us too. Steve.
I know.
My very first full box of cigars I ever purchased.
One day.
He says my very first full box of cigars I ever purchased was a box of Fuente Hemingways bought in the mid '80s. To this day, there's always at least two in my walk-in, an air and a spare.
That's so nice. Thank you. I have a Between the Line special one here.
So you've heard
different rappers. Oh, that's so nice. Steve.
All the Saka fans, you heard it from him first. You know, the first box was Fuente. You know,
very nice.
He says 2 boxes, not just 2 puros.
And those Hemingways from the '80s. Oh my gosh! Wow.
Wow! Really special. We have a box of Christoph Corojo Limitada. That is for Chris Deisler. Ticket W10688. So congratulations to Chris. Another box of Christoph, the Christoph Habano. Joshua Patrick. Ticket number W1 4960. Congratulations to, oh, sorry, I lost my place again. To Joshua. We have a box of Room 101 12th anniversary, as well as the Room 101 Guadalupe candles that were donated by Matt Booth of Room 101.
Matt Booth. Wait, remember
man.
when he came on the marathon?
Oh, yeah.
Y'all were in a car or something?
He was.
God, that was so much fun. What?
Matt's a character. You know,
He's another one I want to meet in person, like, and hang out with him one day.
You've
too.
never met Matt Booth?
I mean, I've met him, yes, but just hello and. Yeah,
Oh, like,
never
Sit
really
down and
been
have a
able
cigar
to-
with him.
No, but
that's an
I
experience.
want to.
That's an
want-
experience.
Yeah,
Get
that's like
ready.
on the list, bucket list. With all respect, yes.
So the box of Room 101 12th anniversary is for Dan McDonald, ticket W7305, and the Guadalupe candles from the Shadow Army drop from about a month ago is Miguel Ramirez, ticket W59508. So congratulations to both of them, going home with some Room 101 amazingness. And then we have the Tatawahe Mystery Pack that was donated by Mr. Pete Johnson himself. And this
that's
is
so
something
nice.
that Pete is going to put together
Pete.
just for this. I don't even know
Wow.
what's in it. So whatever you get, you're going to find out. No one knows what's in this except for you and Pete. And that is going to Ryan Lockman, ticket W588. So congratulations, Ryan. You're getting something from Pete. I don't know what it is, but I can tell you this much. It's going to be epic because I know he's putting this together himself. So
Yep.
He was at the Grand Cathedral in Tampa a few months back when they did their quarterly dinner, and it was so wonderful.
yeah,
It was so wonderful to have him.
he's
To
amazing.
see him from a very
good people.
young boy, 20s, to now 40s, a man, a beautiful man. It is really for me to see that. It's such an honor.
He's 50 now, actually.
Well, he could be 50 now, 40 something.
I think he just
He
had his
already
50th
turned
birthday.
50. So
Yeah.
I've known him for more than 30 years.
Yeah,
Yes.
There you go.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh Lord, have mercy. Okay.
So we have from JC Newman, our very good friends at JC Newman Cigar Co. I almost said club. So there's 5 JC Newman, the vintage ashtrays. Most of you probably seen this, the big round black ashtray in white letters, JC Newman on the side. So those 5 winners are going to be, and again, I do my best with name pronunciation, but if I fail, don't fault me. I try. Benjamin Janouche, ticket W9320. Jared Cummins, ticket W51050. Tony Mielcars, ticket W18709. Renee Snow, ticket W6888. And Charles Lax, ticket W23555. Again, those are all the winners for the JC Newman Vintage Ashtray. We have a Liga Privada 10 Anniversario Ashtray, and that is going to Anthony Tomihama, who actually, I know who that is, and I think he more commonly goes by Tony. Ticket W19644. So congratulations to Tony. A DE25 Humidor, and this is going to George Ushkowitz, ticket W6123. So congratulations to those. That's the first page of all the winners. And
Beautiful. Wow.
we have 4 pages, so the first page is down. Undercrown 10 Ashtray is going to Timothy Benicki, ticket W26329. Congratulations. We have a limited edition, and those all the Drew Estate stuff was donated to us by our friends at Drew Estate. Shout out
thank
to
you.
On Fan.
Yes.
That was all from Drew
Very
Estate.
generous.
So thank you to them. This is a limited edition Opus X Society ashtray that was donated to us
Manny.
from Manny Ariarte and Mike.
That's wonderful.
And that is going to be, sorry, I lost
That's
my place here.
Lucky winner.
C. Damon Hecker, ticket W2674. So congratulations. And then we have the LFD prizes, and there's quite a bit of those. So the first one is an LFD canvas, which I think most people have probably seen. The first one is an anonymous winner. The second one is Evan Darnell, Greg Morgan, Chris Bard, David Montiel, David Elmore, Pedro Harita, Law Ream, and Tyler Swinson. You guys all won an LFD canvas, so congratulations. Those will be shipped from LFD, and there's 9 different styles. They're all different, so everyone's going to get something different. Courtesy of our friends at La Flor Dominicana. Shout out to John Carney, who many know is a big part of the show as well. He helped put all these together. There's also 4 LFD Tour de Mundo samplers. Great set of cigars if you haven't had this set. Those 4 winners are Greg Cunningham, Joshua Boykin, Aaron Fick, and James Earnhardt. And those are all for the Tour de Mundo samplers. So
everybody's a winner.
Everybody's a winner. I know.
No matter how much you gave, you got to get a chance to win all these gifts, and you're helping children. How beautiful is that?
It's an all
and helping the country, everything.
It's all encompassing, right? It's all encompassing.
And as people know more and more and more, this is going to grow bigger and bigger and bigger every year, Matthew.
It has. It has been. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger. So,
did you think the first year maybe this was just like, okay, I'm going to try this one year, and did you ever expect to be so involved, heart, soul, guts, and everything else?
The first year it was like, let's see how this goes. I don't know. We'll see. And it was pretty good. And I'm like, all right, let's try it again. And then last year, as you know, was pretty big. And so I'm like, all right, we definitely going to do this again. And then we did this year, and I'm like, I'm already thinking about next year. And I'm like, oh, this is what we got to do next year.
And then you got to see it. So now you need to join in and go to the Dominican sometime as well.
Yeah. It's that's for those who haven't been. You have to go down there. Next on the list is the LFD Astronomy Ashtray. There's 3 winners for that. Those 3 winners, LFD, they put a lot of stuff in here.
Thank you.
Byron Mellon, Jorge Espinoza, and William Anderson. Those are the 3 winners of the LFD Astronomy Ashtray. And then we have 4 bundles of the LFD School of Rolling Cigars, and that is going to go to Skip Hafk, Derek E., Gary Streety, Ronald Viola. Those are for the LFD School of Rolling. Congratulations to those winners.
They love that.
Yeah.
To be able to try to learn to roll a cigar.
Yeah.
And if you come to Tampa, you have to go to the Newman's factory.
Yeah.
Because there you can go on the tours and you can see somebody rolling them, and
I think we have.
You can even sit down, right?
I think we have.
That's the next prize.
We have the Mitchell. You're following along. That's actually the next prize, Cynthia. This one is back,
really?
Yeah, back to JC Newman. So our friends at JC Newman have put in a El Relo tour, rolling class, and a dinner, all on JC.
That
Newman.
is so generous.
It
JJ, my friend JJ from Louisiana, last year his friend won and invited him to come to Tampa, and I went to dinner with them. The Newmans treated. They wanted on your show.
Yeah, that was a. I remember that one. And I was like, wow, that's an awesome prize. So when we did it again, they're like, yeah, we're gonna do that again. They were like, what did we do last year? And I told them like, yeah, we're gonna do all that again. And I was like, oh wow, okay. So,
well, the Newmans are. There's no words. I mean, the Newmans' generosity. Their hearts are as big as this world. So.
Yeah,
they display that and show that every day.
And it's amazing.
Nicole, how are you? Beautiful.
And it's funny because I think like Eric and Bobby and Drew, they also all go down to the Dominican, and they themselves they do like hearing and vision tests with the kids and stuff like that. If I remember correctly.
I'm sorry, I was reading your wife's comment.
Oh, my bad.
What did you say?
I said, and it's funny because like Eric and Bobby and Drew, if I'm not mistaken, they also go down to the Dominican, and they do like hearing and vision tests with the kids and people in the community too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. In February, usually, we'll host a lot of different people that travel throughout the world to come to the factory. But then after February, after Pro Cigar, Bobby Newman and the people, they do like a whole vision ministry and they check everybody's vision, getting them glasses, and together with Berkeley High School, and like Dr. Gugino's been involved, different doctors that Bobby knows. And
That's
Bobby,
amazing.
one time, what happened, honey? My battery's running low, and my nephew's trying to find an extension cord. So if I lose y'all, it's
Oh,
been
okay.
beautiful, okay? But I still have some.
Okay.
That's what I was telling him, but it's running low. I didn't realize it.
That's okay. We'll see
Anyway.
how long you can hold on for.
Yes. But what were you just saying?
So that last prize, so the El Relo tour, the rolling class,
Oh,
and the
yeah.
dinner, that is for Michael B. Kelly. So congratulations to Michael.
Lucky.
You have a trip to Tampa in your future.
And they get to bring a guest?
I think it's for 2 or 4. I don't remember. It's multiple people.
Wow, that's
yeah.
fantastic. I love it.
I think it might be either for 2 people or for 4 people. I can't remember. But yeah, they get to bring somebody. The next one is a 5-pack of the new Angel Cuesta cigars from JC Newman that are rolled in Tampa at El Relo, and that is going to be for Jesus Gonzalez. So congratulations to him. You get some of the new Angel Cuestas, which I believe have shipped to TAA retailers, but they're still pretty rare. So you'll be one of the first people to have those.
I love Cuesta Rey.
And the JC Newman Diamond Crown Prize, which is a whole package of, I think it's a Diamond Crown humidor, rocks glasses, an ashtray. There might be something else in there, I forget right now. But it's a whole Diamond Crown set, and that is for Paul Prevo. So congratulations to Paul. You are going home with a Diamond Crown set. And
Very
now,
good.
Mitchell, I will turn over the second half to you. I'll let you kind of read through those if you're ready to go.
Yeah, for sure. So starting out with here, the Arturo Fuente Zycar cutter. That's a beautiful cutter there. And that's going to go to Ryan Mayfield.
Ooh, congratulations.
Congratulations, Ryan. So this is the Leadership Assessment and Virtual Coaching by Dellas, who we had on, and
I'm laughing at the comments.
I don't know. I feel like this prize winner is just too perfect, but it's to Jay Davis.
Jay Davis.
Jay Davis.
Jay Davis.
Which one is it? Well, he'll share with somebody.
If it is Jay, it's like, he is definitely a man of leadership, and I feel like that's an awesome prize for him, or whether he wants to take it or not, or pass it on to someone else. But I feel like that's like one of the most, is just almost too perfect.
So which prize is it? I'm sorry, because
it was
the
leadership
assessment and virtual coaching with Dellas. So kind of like what he's been doing with the kids, and he talked about his Fortune 500 companies and how it can just affect, just with, business planning, life planning, and all that kind of stuff. So
that could be more perfect. Jay's a wonderful man too.
Oh yeah, Jay's great.
And he's been to our foundation so many times, and he's been so supportive.
Definitely.
Okay.
Mike, it's rigged.
I have something to say about everybody because I love them all.
No, that's perfect. We have the Alfonso ashtray that Matt had teased us with a few months ago with a little picture donated by United Cigars, and the winner was John Butcher. These next few prizes were donated by Cigar Coop himself, William Cooper. The first one is a $100 Blue Smoke gift card, and David Moorhead won that one. And the next one was a $200 Corona cigar gift card, and Christopher Yobel won that one.
Oh, Chris, yeah, he's a watcher of the show. He also, I think he won some stuff last year, so shout out to Chris. Nice.
There we go. Next is the Opus X Society duffel bag. Everyone was here last week. We got to see
what
that.
A beauty
and
that is.
Yeah, a beautiful duffel bag. I think Jay Davis also donated that one to us.
Beautiful.
And an anonymous winner won that, so we'll keep them anonymous. But a beautiful bag.
That's awesome.
The next, this is a big prize. The Rabbit Air -2 A2 air purifier, donated by Rabbit Air. And Carl Lewis. Hopefully Carl's got a nice little man cave that
there.
he can that he can throw
utilize
it in, and another huge
gift.
Great gift. Another huge prize. is the ST DuPont Line 2, donated by the Coles of London.
Shout
And
out, last man.
there you go.
Thank
Shout out.
you. Gosh.
And this is going to George
Wow.
Ushkovitz.
Congratulations.
Fortunate.
Congratulations, George.
Congratulations. Oh,
That's
this is fantastic.
That's a great one right there.
Yeah. So next we have the Arturo Fuente swag items, and Dan Marino cigar.
Yeah, so
Right,
each
so-
so each one of these is going to be a swag item. Like there's an ashtray, there's a Carlito statue, there's some hats, there's I think there's an Opus 20th anniversary ashtray, a rectangular one, the blue one.
Wow.
There's a bunch of stuff like that. I can't remember all of them. And then each one of those is going to come with the Dan Marino, the Angel Share, the long one, and the red coffin.
Yeah,
So,
coffee cigar.
and there's going to be 8 of those winners.
Yeah,
That
so-
is so beautiful.
So the 8 winners are, the first was an anonymous winner. We have Randy Bush, Vilma Rivera, Jamie Bissonette, Tyler Garcia, David Wayne, Agim Duraku, and Frank Sanchez. There you go.
Fantastic.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Yeah,
Oh.
that's a nice little pack there. And then
Mhm.
next is another one by Arturo Fuente. We just have the sampler. Do you remember what cigars were in there, Matt? I think what were there, 8 cigars or something like that?
Is it the holiday collection?
No, they're just loose samplers. They're assorted. I
Mhm.
can't remember all of them. There's some Lanceros. There's some
Yeah.
Don
Nice
Carlos.
Those are
cigars,
from the
though.
personal lockers. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those.
nice cigars.
It'll be
Yeah.
a combination of everything that's wonderful, believe me. You're going to love
Yep.
them all. Oh.
Yeah, so we had 10 of those samplers. So again, we
Okay.
have anonymous winner. We have Richard Chu, Marshall
Oh, yes,
Henry,
yeah.
Jeff Endrizzi, Gracie Rodriguez,
Gracie.
Harry
Oh,
Norris,
Gracie.
James Marsano, Mike Vaca, Randall Flagg, and Brian Nemiroff.
Oh, and I think we lost Cynthia.
I think we lost Cynthia, yep. Again, congratulations, everyone. That was the Arturo Fuente sampler. And now these last ones are, the big prizes everyone's been waiting for, these big cigar boxes. Did you want to go back and forth, Matt, here, or do you want me to just name them all?
Let's go back and forth. So you do one, then I'll do one.
Okay. I'll start with the Opus X Perfection 77 Sharks. Beautiful box, beautiful cigars. And John Caro is the winner. Congratulations, John. That was the Opus X Perfection.
Congratulations. The next one is the Opus X Great Smoke 2021 box from the Great Smoke a few years ago from our friends at Smoke Inn. Shout out to Honest Abe for helping us put that together. And that is going to Colleen Amato. So congratulations, Colleen. You're getting some Great Smoke Opus X.
Awesome. The next is the Opus X 20th Anniversary Father and Son. And that's going to Patricia Wallace. Congratulations, Patricia.
Congratulations. The Opus X Arena de Amor, also known as the Opus X Dubai, is going to Derek Riddick. Congratulations on that one. You get the next one.
The next one, the Rare Pink Queen of Hearts. He already commented in here, Bill Stewart. He got his email early, so
That's right.
congratulations, Bill. Rare Pink, great cigar there.
Yeah, and that was for the Queen of Hearts. That's a new size.
Yeah, Queen of Hearts.
The next one is Fuente Opus 25. And that one is also an anonymous winner. So congratulations to that person.
And then we have another Rare Pink, the Happy Ending Vitola, and that's going to Eugene Marcel.
Congratulations to Eugene. And I
Now,
think
before this is the winner for this, again, it's just too perfect that this, look, their last name is almost.
Oh my God, I didn't even see that.
All
right, so Steve's with us. So Steve Saka. Steve, don't go anywhere because your prize is next. So and this person's name is very similar to yours. Wow, this is crazy.
They even have an S first name.
So Steve graciously donated, and I'll let him comment if he wants to add anything in. Yeah, he says right here, winner is Steve Sock.
How did you know, Steve? How did
Steve,
you know?
how'd you know? How'd you know? But Steve graciously donated, and I don't know enough about these. So, Steve, if add in anything if I miss, but it's a bundle of bench samples of MF13s, Liga Privadas from Steve's Drew Estate days. Which Steve, I assume this was like I don't know of an MF13 unless they went on to be the UFs. I don't know. I don't know exactly what MF13 is, but I do know that you said they're from 2011. They're from your personal collection, so these have been definitely aged and they're very rare. And this is going to Scott Sacalo. Scott Sacalo is his name. So
That is just way too perfect. That is just
that's
so
crazy.
perfect.
That is crazy. Wow. All right, and you get the last one. The last one's pretty special too.
Yeah, huge. Obviously was it last year, LFD coming out with the golden NFT, and you guys had that huge show with telling all the raffles, and so this was I think it mentions here it is donated by Alexander Martinez. He won 2, correct? He won number 1 and number 2.
Yes.
So he donated a box as well as a golden Glencairn, and that's going to Wilfredo Loney David. And that's a huge box. Those are brand new, sought after, and Wells with a nice Glencairn.
I've smoked it. It's great. I think it's better than the original bowl, in my personal opinion. Not that I don't like the other. I still love the originals, but put them side by side. I kind of like these better. I think they're great. So if you're an LFD person, especially if you love the Andalusian Bull, iconic cigar, these are great, and they're very limited. They're very hard to get. They're only available in small quantities through the 7 people who own them, and of those 7, one of them is a private owner. And actually, I think there's 2. I think there's 2 owners with multiple now, but I'm not 100% sure. So, that's all I know. That's all I know. So, you can only technically buy them then from 5 different people, I think. And one of them actually might even be someone who's from outside the U.S. I'm not sure. So just by the time you boil it all down, I mean, you can only get them from a handful of places, and they only get 7 boxes per month. Or
a low allocation,
something like that. I think they get 7 boxes. Carney's not here to correct my information, and I don't have all my stuff in front of me on those. So, but no, congratulations to everybody who won, and once again, just a huge thank you to everyone who donated monetarily, or to all the manufacturers who donated prizes. I see Steve's here, Last Man. Those guys put stuff in. Thank you so much for that. Cynthia had said her computer died. And Cynthia, thank you for coming on with us. We really loved having you. So thank you for being here with us.
Wonderful meeting Cynthia.
Les Mann is here. Jay Davis donated something. I know Coop was here earlier. He donated something. So just all those people, thank you so much. We really appreciate it, because we wouldn't be able to do what we did without all of you. So thank you. You guys all made it happen. We appreciate it. Just another year, just another year over, and it's amazing because there's so many months that go into putting it all together, and there's so much time that gets spent on it, and then it runs, and it feels like I said before, it feels like 3 months, it feels like a whole year sometimes that it actually runs, and then you get to celebration night, which is tonight, and that's fun, and there's so much going on. It feels like a real event. It feels like I went to do an in-person event. It's and then it's over, and you're like, yeah, it's over. Damn. And you get like this sense of emptiness. You're like, now what? But no, it's also just an amazing accomplishment for everyone involved. So I've said it before, I say it again. Thank you, everyone, so much. We appreciate it. Everyone here at Smokin Tabacco, I speak for the team. For those who are here, Mitchell, and those who aren't, Nicole and Kevin, when I say, we're all incredibly proud and thankful to being a part of this. So just thank you so much, and we really appreciate all the support from everyone, and everyone just showing up every week just to read our content, watch our shows, like, subscribe, all that stuff that we normally say. It goes a long way because all that stuff too. That also helps us get our message out for stuff like this, and helps us promote stuff like this and get things like this to grow the way they did. So it's just, Mitchell, you've been with Smokin Tabacco for a few months now. You've gotten a first-hand taste of what it's like being so involved in the media on something like this, and I know it's not easy. It's draining at times, but it's worth it.
For sure. It's well worth it. Like I said, seeing from last year being someone on the outside donating and kind of watching the show to now being part of it, and seeing how the community year after year, time after time comes together, no matter what it is. When you put the call out, if it's for a good cause, they're there and they're doing their part and they're going above and beyond. It's just above and beyond. I've never seen a community like this come together so much and willing to, like I said, put in their hard-earned time, money, and put out all those likes and shares, and yeah, it's just amazing to see, and I'm so glad to be part of it.
Yeah, and thank you for being here with us at Smokin Tabacco too. I mean, you've having you on the team is great, and our other two members. There's Nicole, who obviously plays a huge role in this, every year, as well as Smokin Tabacco business every day. So thank you to Nicole for all the effort that she helps put in for this too. Kevin's with us. Smokin Tabacco's Kevin. Congrats to all the winners. Kevin is here in the comments. He's not with us, but Kevin is also part of the team now, and I can speak for him as well, and I know that on behalf of Smokin Tabacco, he appreciates it as well, and he's I've known Kevin a long time, and I know he's watched us do this and seen what we've been able to do, and I think by next year he'll be a little bit more involved too, so he'll be up here with us as well. So it's just been a lot of changes, people on the team, and just all the other stuff that go day in and day out that we do, shows every week, and all that other stuff that we do, we love, but it does help us have the platform to do events and projects like this, which are so much bigger than us, and it helps us help other people in our own little way, have a better life, give back to the community, and while also, the other thing too is keeping it within the cigar industry, an industry that we all know and love. I mean, that's why we're here, right? So it's something that's also within the industry that we can do to help and give back and show what this community can do when it gets banded together, which I think is very unique. I mean, there's a lot of industries out there. I've said this before, I'll say it again. There's a lot of different kinds of industries. I mean, you have industrial industries, oil industries, the liquor industry, retail industries, manufacturing, you have jewelry, you have electronics, there's all coffee, there's all sorts of different kinds of industries out there that have different products and companies and consumers and all that, just like we do. But ours is a lot smaller than most of those, and I don't think any of those compare when you talk about the people within those industries and communities that on a general scale are very good, wholehearted people, and band together very easily for the industry, for the brands, for the people, everything, no matter what it is. This is a community full of people who really care and stick together, which I think is great. And Cynthia, who was on a few minutes ago, she said to me, years ago, when you look at all the boxes and brands on the shelf in a cigar store, it's like, yes, they may be considered competitors, but they're your friends. And for a lot of those brands and families, they are. They all know each other. I can tell you that right now. They all know each other very well for the most part. They've all known each other for a long time. And as much as they all make their own cigars and they may compete for shelf space, they also all stick together because there's also a lot of enemies of the industry. And by banding together, it helps fight that fight, all the FDA stuff we talk about. So again, just all these multiple layers of how the community comes together, how it sticks together. It's truly amazing. And so just, once again, it's just an honor to be involved in this great community. And now we have Mitchell.
I'm just replying to some comments.
I know. Mitchell's very active. Yeah. So, and that's a good point. So, you should, provided that your email was put in correctly, and also check your junk and spam folders because I know that happens too. You will get an email. You should get an email either way, whether you won something or if you did not get picked for something. It should tell you either way if you got something. So just keep an eye out. It sounds like those emails have already gone out. Check your junk spam folders if you don't see anything, but you should get an answer either way, whether you got something or not. Now, for those who won, a lot of the prizes we don't have on hand. They're with the respective donors, so we're going to get your information to them, and then whenever they ship it out, they'll get it to you, hopefully sooner rather than later. We have some of the prizes here at Smokin Tabacco that we will get shipped out as soon as we can. It's not going to happen like first thing tomorrow morning. I'm sorry. But we just can't do it that fast, but we'll get them to you.
Well, at least this time you're not going on vacation right after.
Dude, that first year, I don't know. So I don't know. I don't know what happened, and I can't because I don't remember. It was a few years ago. Nicole will probably try to say that it was my fault somehow. But I don't remember what happened. But yeah, we ended that. We did that show, which also I think was on April 26th. And literally, the next afternoon, we were getting on a flight to Miami, and I remember saying okay, we have to send these out now because we're gonna be down in Florida for a week, 10 days. So we can't wait till we come back. So we gotta send these now so that while we're gone, they can be going out. We can't just wait a couple of days. And so I remember that night, I think Carney stayed on, and he had a whole bunch of guests rotating in and out. Me and Nicole stepped off, and we had our garage emptied out, and we had all the packaging laid out with all the names, and there was a mountain of prizes over there on one side, and then it was just who's this? Okay, put it in, pack it, label. Okay, put it in the go pile. And it was just, we were doing that for a while, and yeah, that was a lot. And then poor Nicole had to lug all that to the post office the next morning. She went to work after that, and then we had to go to the airport. That was a crazy day. I'll never forget that. But luckily we're not going to do that ever again. That was a learning experience.
We live and we learn.
And look, everyone's already in the comments. Look at Steve and Les and everyone who donated prizes. They're already in here telling people this is great. This is all already happening. I know Nicole's probably in there getting bombarded with messages from people and probably sending stuff out to other people. And
she's doing a lot behind the scenes.
Yeah, so
doing the heavy lifting.
There's a lot going on over there. Scott's already putting his email out there for the world to see. So as a winner, he's got to be feeling great. He won a bundle of some super rare ligas from our buddy Steve Saka. So there's his email. If you want to send Scott an email, there's his email. You can shoot him an email, say congrats, tell him, say, hey, you're awesome. Maybe make a deal with him. Maybe he'll give you some of those cigars. I don't know. But there's his email. He put it in the comments, so it's fair game. Sorry, Scott, but I had to do it. But no, that's it. That's all the prize winners. We didn't...
Thanks for sticking around, everyone.
Yeah, thanks for sticking around. So there's a couple of things before we wrap up. Obviously, we didn't do all of our segments when we were supposed to, so I'm just going to honorably mention all of them because we can't do what we do without them. First and foremost, we are smoking our cigars tonight. I started with a Casa Cuba. I am now smoking a Lost City Robusto from 2016. Mitchell, I know you were smoking a God of Fire. There you go.
God of Fire 2019 by Don Carlos, and then followed it up by Don Carlos Robusto.
And as always, if you head to the #2 guyscigars.com, you can find a wide selection in variety. Sorry. Oh, choke there. A a wide variety of cigars and cigar accessories from the cigar industry only at the number 2 guyscigars.com. And as always, we are cutting and lighting our cigars with Cigar Blondie accessories. You can see I'm using the Cigar Blondie lighter right now. Sleek, flat flame, and as always, I cut it with the beautiful Cigar Blondie double guillotine cutter. Available in 3 finishes, chrome, white, and black, only from cigarblondie.com. Now, we also have some news tonight. Now, our news is once again brought to you by Micallef Cigars. I'm going to keep that one short because the news tonight is kind of a sad one. I think this is one that I think most people probably heard by now, but I definitely wanted to mention it because I think it deserves to be mentioned. For those who don't know, there's a brand out there, Los Caidos Cigars. Great brand. Also does some great things, benefiting police officers and firefighters. And that brand was started by a man named Steve Zengel. And Steve, unfortunately, suddenly passed away on Sunday at the age of, I want to say he was 52. So I just wanted to say that and also say, you know, our condolences to him and his family and his friends and all of his loved ones around him. Truly a shock. I had so many people from the industry, you know, we had the article up last night when we found out, and so many people reached out and they're like, is this true? Like, is this that? I'm like, yeah, it is. And people were shocked, and it was, it's very sad. It's very unfortunate. So, just, you know, think of him tonight, this week, you know, whenever you have a cigar, think of him and his family.
His family, yeah.
Great guy. I didn't know Steve that well. I'd met him a few times. I know some people that knew him really well and just said, you know, he couldn't have been a better human being. He was a great guy. Just really cared about a lot of people. So it's truly unfortunate to hear this news. So, I wanted to highlight that tonight in his memory, and we'll also dedicate this show to him, in his memory. Truly sad. Definitely going to be missed. Definitely will be missed. But that's our news for this week. Not really a fun news, but definitely a news that's worth mentioning. Very important. So, that's the whole show, really. You know, for the most part. So, Mitchell, let me ask you this question. Now that we got all the other stuff, we can kind of sink back for a second now because we did all the things we had to do.
Yeah.
Let's talk about next year really quick. So, do we want to start taking bets as to what we raise next year?
How much we're raising next year? You know, it's pretty amazing every time we see the community coming out and putting this amount of money. Like, again, I'm not part of like a ton of charity events, but it's a huge amount of money. And again, we're just asking, you know, average people to put together what they can, and then we get a few large donations from people, and it's just crazy to see. And it's 2 years in a row you've gone above and beyond what you made previously, right? And so it's just crazy to see. And yeah, I don't know. Like I don't want to ever pressure people or put a number out there, but
like top,
you know, I think 60 I think 65 is something that could be achievable.
Okay.
You know, 65 is we've seen what people can do already, and yeah, I think 65 is achievable for next year. What about you, Matt? What about you?
Well, you know what I said in the group chat, the team
I do.
chat. That was kind of a shot out of a cannon, and I'm gonna save that because I don't want to reveal that to the world. But more realistically, now that I've had time to kind of sink it in, 75. 75. I think we could do it. 75.
For sure.
Yeah. I mean, if you see what we have done in the first few years, and then the rate of progression, yeah, 75.
And you know, like you said,
really
more and more every year, people will will know about this. Again, I'm sure you're going to get in the next 2 to 3 weeks emails or messages from people. Oh my God, I didn't get in my raffle tickets. Can I buy tickets now? So, there's always that, even though we've just been telling people every week and sharing posts and getting it into groups, but there's always that. So, hopefully we can get to 75. That'd be amazing. That'd be absolutely mind-blowing. But
I'm reading through all the comments here, and so David had this is interesting, and maybe I don't know, we can talk about this as a team, but maybe we try something like this next year. Jay Davis, I'm glad you're not doubting my predictions anymore. Well, you know what, Jay, you've shown me the light. That's all I can say. So Dave said, if we got a telethon style, I bet it would go 125. Maybe next year we'll still run it the several weeks that we do, but maybe like in the last week, like the weekend before or something, maybe we do like a long telethon day where like each of us like hosts the show for whatever, and we have different people come on.
Yeah.
And
24-hour telethon fundraiser.
I don't know about 24-hour, but I mean.
Oh, well,
maybe
12-hour, 24-hour. Yeah.
I don't know. We each, between me, you, Nicole, Kevin, Carney, you can get Carney in there. We can break it all up. We each get like a certain block of hours, and we host.
Yeah.
And we have
different people. It helps. I'm a 3-hour difference, so it's like I can.
You and Kevin.
That kind of buffers the. We can do the later shifts.
You got 3 hours behind. You're in Vancouver. Kevin's in Las Vegas, so he's 3 hours behind. And then the other three of us are all on the East Coast, so it's too bad we didn't have like a Midwest guy kind of break it up. But I guess it doesn't matter. We can rotate. We can go in and out there. Yeah, I think we're onto something with that, David. We're gonna put that in a. That'll come up in the next team meeting. We're gonna put that on the board and see if it sticks. But yeah, there's a lot of I can't even keep up with the comments anymore. They're going in so fast. Yeah, Kevin, the West Coast will make a difference there. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. Steve Saka said, "Who am I kidding? I can talk for 24 hours." Yeah, that's definitely that's not an exaggeration either. As much as I love Steve, he's at least he's being honest.
Yep.
So
a bottle of scotch and a box of cigars.
No. For Steve, if you know Steve, you get him a bottle of Noah's Mill and some test blends from the factory, so he has some stuff to think about while he's smoking and talking too. And he's good to go. That's all he needs. And you get him going, you could burn 3 days. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, he'll tell you. He's got a lot of. The thing about Steve is he's not shy, and he does like to talk. But Steve also just has so much information to share, whether you want it or not. He has a lot of
rust upon you.
He has a lot of information to share. I have to give it to Steve. He is bright. You know what I mean? He is brilliant. So he does.
He's
have
a
things
genius.
To say. He is. He's a genius. Now, someone like Coop would throw around some shade and be like, "Now you're just being a fanboy." That's just me stating a fact. That's not.
I don't know. He's one of the lives. He said, "What's it? The SAT? Is that what you guys do down there? SAT scores? Apparently, like he didn't even study for it.
Yeah.
He didn't even study for it, and he like almost got perfect. And he's just like, "Yeah, I don't really know."
Who Steve said that? Steve, is that true?
Yeah, he's just like, it's just like, he's like, "Yeah, I don't know. I didn't even really study for it."
Yeah, and there's Coop's. There's Steve's reply to Coop. Which I'm surprised Coop's still. Oh, you know what? I think Coop's actually going.
Yeah,
live
1580. 1580.
He got a 1580.
Yeah, didn't even try.
Steve, we need proof of that. Do you still have that documentation? Because we need to see that. Not that I don't think he's smart, but I mean 1580. I'm pretty sure that's a pretty high score. What is it out of? Like 2,000? 2,200? I don't know.
I don't even know.
You would know because you live in Canada. They do the Canadian assessment test up there or something.
The Canadian assessment test.
Jay Davis on a 1600 scale.
See,
Wow.
like literally, like there's only so many more points you can get past that.
Wow. Mike says, Steve, do you have a cheat sheet? I don't even know if you can cheat the SATs.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
That is crazy.
So, you know,
Mitchell, you running out of time? I'm sorry. Am I keeping
modern
you?
day. No.
You have time?
Yeah, we got time. Like I said, I just lit up a Don Carlos.
I wanted to sit back for a second and just breathe this in. What a day. It's been a long day. Are we still on the air? Yeah, we are.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot. It's all right. People are still here watching us. You know, that's what it's all about. No spare notes this week. We had spare notes last week, and you can always find that episode on our YouTube channel and everywhere you can download all of your audio form podcasts. So there's no spare notes this week. Next week, I don't think we're doing spare notes because Coop will be traveling and I will be traveling. So I think we're going to be doing spare notes the weekend after. I'm not sure. I think that's when we're doing it next. Next week, we have on the Smokin Tabacco Show, we have Big Sky Cigars. After that, we have Ash Quarterly. Jason and Rebecca will be with us. And then the week after that, on the 17th, we will have Chris and Jeffrey from Amendola on the show with us. And really looking forward to that. I think we're going to smoke the new West Side Story cigar that we saw at TPE. We're going to be smoking that with those guys on the show. So that's kind of our lineup for the next couple of weeks. And then down the pipeline after that, we have some stuff going on. And then, of course, we get to the end of May, and then it's June. It's pre-PCA season. And then before you know it, Mitchell, we're all going to be traveling to Las Vegas for the trade show. So there's a lot going on.
Yep.
And then a few months after that, then the baby will be here. And then God knows what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Luckily, we have a good team. So, you know.
We'll make it work. It'll
be fine. I might not be as enthusiastic for a few months, but we'll just get through that. And
yeah, we'll have the caveat. Matt hasn't slept in 48 hours.
Yeah, it'll be like a thing on the screen. We'll have to get Nicole to figure that out and program that in. So that's kind of what we got going on. We have those shows, and then, of course, it's pre-PCA. Then we have our PCA coverage brought to you by Drew Estate. Once again, Drew Estate has partnered with us to bring you all of the best content from the 2023 Premium Cigar Association Trade Show and Convention in Las Vegas, Nevada. And then we also, in the second half of this year, we have 2 Toscano pairing episodes. Those are going to be some special episodes we're going to do with Michael Capolini, which I still have to get with him on and figure out when those will be, but they're going to be much later on. They're going to be in the second half of the year. So stay tuned for those. Those are going to be some fun ones. We have some interesting things that we're working on for those. And that's pretty much it, man. That's what we got going on. So just keep on keeping on. Don't forget to like and subscribe everywhere you get your podcasts and on all of our platforms on Facebook and YouTube. Head to smokintabacco.com for more news, reviews, and great content from the cigar industry. And with that, I say good night. Rest in peace, Steve Zengel. Congratulations to everybody involved. We did it. $52,840 for Cigar Family Charitable Foundation. That is a wrap on the 2023 fundraiser. In regards to that, we'll see you next year in 2024. And on the Smokin Tabacco Show, we'll see you next week. Take care, everybody.